welcome to your reading, and of course welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, please keep in mind that this is a collective reading, so take what resonates for you and leave whatever doesn't for whoever it's meant for. That being said, if this video has stumbled across your feed, it means that there is something in it for you. And I say that at 2-2, so if you've been seeing lots of 2s, this might be for you. Hi Wrath, longing for home, homesick for stars. 3-3. See, strange enough, they've also told me 3 cards from this deck, so let's just see. But okay, karmic relationships, Ryan energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Okay, I'm starting to get a bit of a picture about the message that is coming through. But when I meditated before sitting down to record, the image that kept coming to me was this owl, like just taking flight with a full moon behind it. So we'll see how all of that connects, lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything aligned must go. So it seems that whatever is going on in this collective is a bit, the word they're giving me is tumultuous. There is a longing for this, right? Because whatever is taking place in the present is not quite as easygoing and flowing and resonant. So this is a time of contrast, right? This is why we're questioning everything. What is not in alignment, what does not resonate, what does not make us feel good, is an indication that it is something to be let go and released. So start asking questions, because there is soul growth that is occurring. Whenever soul growth occurs, there is often occurs in times of conflict, soul growth, conflict, polarity, contrast. We experience what we don't want so that we know what we do want, what does resonate with us, what is in alignment with us. Okay, I'm going to pull a few more oracle before I hit the tarot, and then okay, indifference. So I mean, with conflict, there is always the possibility that we slip into states of indifference. Wisdom, okay. And I always associate owls with wisdom, so okay, fickle. Okay, so these 3 cards that I've drawn, the wisdom, indifference, and fickle, these are some guidance with regards to the conflicts that are taking place. When we are hurt, or when we feel under attack, we can sometimes slip into an unhealthy place of indifference, which is to say a place where there is still an attachment and an expectation. So there is still a resentment. It is merely the illusion of detachment. But what that does for us energetically is it's almost a bit like a cesspool, because the feelings are then covered by this detachment, this fake detachment, which never allows any healing to actually take place. So when we get to fickle, and I do just want to open the book and just read the buzzwords here. I think it gives a few keywords, but I'm sensing that the indifference and the fickleness sort of go hand in hand, in a cause and an effect way. Like one seems to trigger the other, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with with an external person. It can be, it can very much be in a relationship basis, but it can also be an internal dialogue. It can be an internal dialogue, because essentially when we are in conflict with others, we are in conflict with ourselves in a weird way. Whenever there is conflict that arises in our outside, it is an opportunity, it is an indicator of something within us that we need to heal. So the question, right? The question, where does it say? Start asking questions, I'm questioning everything. Why, in certain situations, why does something make you feel a certain way? Or what it, and I'm saying make you feel, but what I'm actually saying is you are allowing yourself to feel a certain way. 555. So this really is about change and growth, and perspective shifts, because when we view the outside world as other, we go into our emotions, we can go into sort of spaces of victimhood, or why is the world against me, as opposed to what is the world showing me about what I need to heal within myself. I'll give you an example. When the people around you aren't showing you love or compassion or kindness or care, that is often an indication or an indicator that you yourself are not showing yourself care and love and respect. The Two of Emotions. Okay, this is the Two of Cups. I am going to pull some clarifiers on this as soon as we've pulled more tarot, because this is the Two of Cups is about, or the Two of, emotions in this deck. Can mean many things. It can mean romantic, it can mean partnership, it can even mean collaboration with another person, it can mean friendship, it can mean a multitude of things. So we will pull some clarifiers there just to get an idea of what exactly it's talking about, but maybe the other cards that come out will. Death. So this is a time, I am getting ego death, but this is an end of a cycle. And with lifting the veil, and with, once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you know, you cannot unknow. Once you remember, you cannot unremember. There could be moments where you can feel intense energies that possibly make it harder to remember. The Tower. So things are coming down. Things are starting to crumble in the most beautiful way. With the Tower card, one must always remember that the Tower does not take away anything that is not meant to be there, anything that is not in your highest good. It merely allows the illusions to fall away. And that is very much the energy that I'm picking up on, is that there is a lot taking place. There is a lot of conflict, and I will pull some tarot on this conflict, because I feel like, we should get a better look at what's going on with this collective and get some guidance there. How the Tower comes down is always up to us. It depends on how tightly we hold onto that which is crumbling. The Wheel. This is the energy is beautiful. Whatever is taking place. Let me just say this, because they're urging me to. Whatever is taking place in your current reality, 911. It doesn't matter how awful or messy or chaotic it looks. They're saying hold the pose, which is very much a phrase that came in a reading for another collective that I did, and it seems to be the case here as well, which is hold the pose doesn't literally mean stay in this awkward position, but it means hold the faith. It means stay where you're at, allow, focus inward, turn inward, because whatever your outside reality is reflecting, it is reflecting what is within. But there is a lot taking place, and there are beautiful potentials right? When the Wheel of Fortune comes out with the Death card and the Tower card. I mean, three big major arcanas, and all, you know, the ending and beginning, the crumbling of the facade and the illusion, and all the beautiful potentials that one could imagine coming in. So hold the pose. There is the being Bashar, if you don't know him, but he, in a lot of his videos, he'll always say, whatever is taking place around you does not matter. It doesn't matter how it looks. What matters is the vibration you hold as you observe it. It's the knowing, it's the faith, it's the knowing, right? Can you see here, like when I see this card, it's like, is she, like the hand is gifting, right? But she is the hand. She's gifting everything to herself. She's realizing that she is all of it, right? That she is the one gifting or giving her the petals, showering her in love, and she's also the one receiving. She is all of it. And that the Nine of Materials is the Nine of Pentacles. So we're talking about the material world here, but in the same sense, the material world is a reflection of your inner world. 144. So it's time to go within, and it's time to heal whatever needs healing. So I'm going to quickly pull some clarifiers on this conflict, and then I'm going to just see what's up with this Two of Cups. Okay. Why? Okay. Well, okay. So let's start here. Can you see that she is keeping the darkness at bay? That she is so strong. She is the light. This is the Seven of Inspiration. This is the Seven of Wands, right? Like there is a difficult. They're pulling me to the colors of this card as well. Can you see, like the black and the colors? While there is darkness, there is light, and she is being shaped by the darkness. But she is so strong that she is not just keeping it at bay, she is pushing it aside. She's pushing it away to allow all of this light into the world. So all I can say is hold the pose. Hold the pose. It's really tough wherever you're at. That the energy, what is clear. It's really, really tough where you're at. But Page of Voices, the Page of Swords, you're changing perspectives. You see, she's put on these glasses, and she's got these little, I don't know, characters, women dancing. She's beginning to see what really is. She's beginning to see what really matters. And as she sees, and you are beginning to see, that is clear, because we have the Wisdom card that popped up, and we have the Owl that came to me when I meditated ahead of time or before recording. So you are learning whatever is taking place while you are holding the pose is, they're giving me the word magnificent. Something fantastic, magical, wow, is taking place. Yeah, that's all I can say, because right now you are so supported as you walk, because this is you. This is the path that you're walking. You're leaving the illusion behind, and you're walking to a place, to all that is resonant for you. You are leaving behind that which no longer serves you. But it starts by going within, and it starts by asking the right questions. It starts by questioning everything and taking what resonates. Follow your feelings. Follow your feelings is what they're saying. Okay. So tell me more about this Two of Cups in relation to the rest of this reading. Oh, and I'm pulling the wrong, but okay. The Golden Children. Inner child, tenderness, we are the hearthers, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Okay, now I'm just going to pull some tarot, which is what I actually meant to do, but I don't believe in accidents. So the feeling that I'm getting before I pull some tarot is this is more about time with you. This is more about time with you. And yeah, I mean, you or people like you. I'm hesitant to say what they're sort of giving to me, because I feel like it changes the context of this whole reading, but not in a romantic sense at all. But when I say time with yourself, perhaps you have a dual incarnation on this earth. And I want to emphasize again that I do not necessarily, from my perspective, dual incarnations are not about romantic relationships. They are about learning from yourself. So I really do believe that this is time with self, or time with someone very similar to self. The world cosmos. Okay, what else? The bottom of the deck. The Ten of Materials. And the Seven of Materials. Okay. So I'm going to start with this world cosmos. Do you see how like her head is the world? Like what she sees, how she sees the world is how the world is. If she sees it in a beautiful way, it can take flight. If she chooses to see it in a less than positive way, it may be a little bit less flighty. This is very much time with self and people like self. With the Ten of Materials, this is the community card. This is the coming together of people to celebrate all that they have planted in the world. They've planted the seeds, and the seeds have grown, and it's better than they could have hoped for. Right? We don't have a bush, a rose bush. We have a rose tree, something unusual, something we don't see. And can you see how all the faces there? I hope that it clears up enough, but all of them are looking back at you, except for the one at the top here. Right, he's the only one that is just facing the tree. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to join. Right? The reminder is that could be you taking part. And that is going to be you. That is going to be you. I'm reading this one intuitively as they've given it to me, because they've gone, along the way, don't forget to stop and smell the flowers. Like, you are going, I mean, it looks like she's going to a wedding. Maybe she's a bridesmaid, maybe she's a bride. It doesn't really matter, but she's walking somewhere. She has a place that she is going, and yet she is pausing to appreciate the beauty in the moment, right in front of her. And that is a beautiful reminder to all of us to always remember that there is beauty in every now, every present moment, if we just pause, breathe, and allow ourselves to see it. Coming to these two, because there is some deep love, like love yourself like you would love your child. Imagine yourself as an infant. That is the type of self-love that is required. Heal your inner child. We have inner child tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Okay. there are so many beautiful parts of you that need some healing. Right? This is why all of this conflict and these karmic relationships are taking place, because whatever relationships are causing you pain, those are indicators or indications of what needs healing within you. What beliefs need to shift? What beliefs were created when you were a child? What untrue core beliefs were created in your youth that are affecting you now, that are creating the world that you are experiencing? Because you have that power with your thoughts and your focus. You have the power. Hold the pose. It doesn't matter what anything looks like outside. All that matters is you and how you allow yourself to be on the inside. Everything is a choice. How we feel, for the most part, is a choice. I know that is tough to hear. It is confusing to hear. It's frustrating to hear, to take ownership of our feelings. But it is also the most powerful thing. It is the most powerful thing to actually be able to take ownership, to be like, I'm choosing to feel angry in this moment. Okay, why? What do I believe about the world? What do I have to believe about the world and the people in it that would make this feeling that I'm feeling valid or true? And when you start asking those questions and you start seeing triggers or perspectives or viewpoints that maybe no longer serve you, it becomes easier to create the reality that is most resonant for you. Okay, I am just gonna give a quick shuffle. I also forgot to pull one of these cards, and I would like to. I have found that it has been tying, okay, we have this tying everything together quite nicely. And it's also just a fun deck to play with. Okay, we have the dead end. This is, for me, I'm actually quite glad that I pulled this now, because there is no going back. There is no going back. Whatever path you are on, whatever steps you have taken, whatever questions you have asked, whatever understanding you have been gaining over however many months, years, days, there's no going back. There is only through. Whatever is taking place. As it crumbles, you just keep walking and you just keep holding the pose. Okay, one quick shuffle. Let's see. I know this is a bit longer than I like to make my videos, but this message really does seem very powerful, the energy. Okay, so we have the 5 of emotions. This really is about releasing what no longer serves you. The tighter you hold on to these things that are actually no longer resonant for you, whatever they may be, people, places, things, emotions, perspectives, viewpoints of the world, it doesn't matter. The tighter you hold on, the more stuck you will feel, the more conflict you will experience, until you learn the lessons that are required to shift that which needs to shift. I'm just going to pull a clarifier or two on this death card, because for me the death card is also, it's the new beginnings. It's what is being released, right? What is being transformed, what is being released and transformed to begin anew. a new cycle. Okay, and the Six of Emotions comes out. It is inner child work, right? It's also the trust that children have. So yeah, it's how she chooses to view. It's all a viewpoint. It's what she chooses to heal. These core beliefs that were created when she was in that time in her life. Okay, so with the Ace of Voices, this is a time for new beginnings and new perspectives. That's coming in 155. So the death, the shifts, it really is all inner work. It is things shifting within that will reflect in the outside. It will reflect in the outside. For me, when I just see that this as a person sort of exiting the matrix of the mind, and beginning to see that which truly is. Okay, let's quickly grab this book and we'll read The Dead End. If this reading has resonated with you in any way, please do like and share a comment if you would enjoy doing so. And okay, let's quickly Roman numerals XL. Let's see. The Dead End. The closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is a thick, dense, uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls, with every bramble, thorn, and stone in it simply states, "No more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter." It is natural to resist its very resistance and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way, we fight with life itself. From a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you. There are doors opening all around you, just not the ones you planned on walking through. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. As I said, this is such a beautiful energy. It's all about releasing and trusting and allowing all this magnificence to come and reflect in your outer world. Have a beautiful now. Okay, bye-bye.